Let's talk about all the horror books I'm excited for in 2025. I slacked a lot in last year for reading because I started school to become a librarian. So my reading has been kind of all over the place, but there's so many books coming out that I desperately want to read. So let's just dive into it, okay? I love getting all of my recommendations or list of upcoming books from the Jump Scares blog from Emily Hughes. She's also an author, so you should check her out. Check out that website. I will link it down below because it's a fantastic resource. Wake Up and Open Your Eyes from Clay McLeod Chapman. That is out already. It's a social commentary about people and how they interact with the media and the news, and it's about a family on the run from a demonic possession epidemic that spreads through media. So it sounds really weird. I know Clay McLeod Chapman his writing is weird, but I like it, so I'm definitely gonna check that out. This one sounds interesting. Strange Pictures. It is the spine-tangling bestseller that has taken Japan by storm. An eerie fresh take on horror for fans of hidden pictures in Junji Ito, in which a series of seemingly innocent pictures draws you into a disturbing web of unsolved mysteries and shattered psyches. This is out January 14th, so it's already out. At Dark, I Become Loathsome from Eric LaRocca is out January 28th. It's a grim yet gentle, horrifying yet hopeful, intense tale of death, trauma, and love. Listen to Your Sister by Nina Viel is out February 4th. This is for fans of Jordan Peele's films Stranger Things and The Other Black Girl. These Vengeful Wishes from Vanessa Montalban. This is also out February 4th. A vengeful female spirit with a thirst for justice ignites a teen girl's rage in this new YA horror, perfect for fans of She Is a Haunting and House of Hollow. Say Party Demon by Wendy Dalrymple, out February 18th. BFFs Tina, Eve, and Lacey come together for a Sweet 16 slumber party that goes sideways when they accidentally summon more than a good time. After Lacey becomes possessed and traps her friends in a fashion catalog, Tina and Eve must find their way out of a totally fabulous new world before the demon overtakes Lacey's body completely. This sounds amazing. YA pink horror novella, 90s fever dream. It marries the witchy vibe of The Craft with the campy flavor of Jennifer's Body and a neon splash of My Best Friend's Exorcism. Say less. That is perfect. That's what I want. I want more of that. The Unworthy by Augustina Basterica. Sorry if I'm saying that wrong. It's the author of Tender as the Flesh. This is a literary horror about a woman cloistered in a secretive, violent religious order while outside the world has fallen into chaos. I'm sure it's dark and disturbing, and we'll have a lot of commentary about the world. How to Survive a Slasher by Justine Pugella, out March 11th. You're Not Supposed to Die Tonight meets Scream in this YA slasher that turns classic horror tropes on their heads. CJ has survived the horror movie that is her life by following one rule: blend in and stay out of it. But that's hard to do when your trauma gets turned into a best-selling book series. The Slasherville books are a true crime phenomenon, documented the Wolfman massacres that changed CJ's life forever. An unpublished slasher book shows up on her doorstep predicting new Wolfman killings. CJ breaks her one rule. The final girl, the person who, according to the book, was supposed to stop the Wolfman, ends up dead. Suddenly, blending in and staying out is not an option, and CJ will have to use everything she knows about the rules of horror to make it. Yes, I loved You're Not Supposed to Die Tonight. I love books that are slasher focused and feature characters that are very aware of the genre, so give it to me. I feel like YA does this more, and I feel like they do it well, honestly. Vanishing Daughters by Cynthia Paleo. This is out March 11th. A haunted woman stalked by a serial killer confronts the horrors of fairy tales and the nightmares of real life, and a breathtaking novel about psychological suspense. The Buffalo Hunter by Stephen Graham Jones, out March 18th. A chilling historical novel set in American West in 1912, following a Lutheran priest who transcribes the life of a vampire who haunts the fields of the Blackfeet Reservation looking for justice. Sounds good, Steven. The Haunting of Room 904 by Erica T. Worth, out March 18th. A terrifying and resonant novel about a woman who uses her unique gift to learn the truth about her sister's death. Night of the Witch Hunter by Patrick Barb, also out March 18th, it's 1999 and Fallen Church, New Hampshire is ready for Y2K, but they never plan for a Goodman price. As the new millennium approaches, outcast Josie and her school video project for history class inadvertently leads to the resurrection of Price, a demonic witch hunter from the 1600s. As he unleashes puritanical hell on earth in her small New England town, Josie must rely on her best friend, an ancestor accused of witchcraft, and the mystical powers inside herself to put an end of the Night of the Witch Hunter once and for all. This one sounds fun as fuck. Nameless Things from Ernest Jensen, out March 25th. For fans of Stephen King and Nick Cutter, a gripping horror thriller set in Colorado's Devil Cup State Park, where survival becomes a deadly game against subterranean terrors. Nowhere by Allison Gunn, also out March 25th. Mayor of Easttown meets the outsider in this spine-tangling and twisty debut about a series of disappearances in a small fundamentalist town and what one broken family must do to remain together as dark forces close in. I loved both of those shows. So I like this. I like that dark, gritty, true crime-esque stories about a small town. Deadstream by Mark Romasco Moore, out April 1st. Rear Window meets The Ring in this sinister YA thriller in which a teen witnesses the live-streamed murder of a popular online streamer by a paranormal entity and could be its next victim. See, YA is doing the thing. They are doing bold things and they're just fun, okay? And this is the year of YA horror. I'm calling it now. This is the year I'm gonna read more YA horror and I'm gonna love it all. Thank you. Ooh, Freakslaw by Jane Flett, out April 1st. In this glittery and crackling horror debut, a traveling carnival of troublemakers arrives in a small Scottish town and perform their favorite pastime, revenge. The Cut by C.J. Dotson, out April 8th. This is a chilling supernatural horror novel set in a mysterious hotel. A woman fleeing her abusive ex finds herself running from more than just her past. Senseless by Ronald Malfi, out April 15th, is a supernaturally tinged LA puzzle box thriller. Zodiac with teeth. I mean, Zodiac was pretty good, so that's a bold statement. But I love Ronald Malfi. I think he does the procedural thrillers very well. So yes, I will read this. The Sundowner's Dance by Todd Kiesling, out April 22nd. An elderly widower relocates to a retirement community and discovers his new neighbors are worshipping a meteorite. It's Cocoon meets The Color Out of Space. Oh my god, Cocoon is a classic that no one talks about enough. When the Wolf Comes Home by Nat Cassidy, out April 22nd. It's an unabashed adrenaline-fueled pop horror thriller reminiscent of Dean Koontz and Stephen King and inspired by the Lath of Heaven and Terminator 2. That's an interesting little passage. I still don't know what the book is about, but I'll read it because I like Nat Cassidy. This one sounds like a lot of things that I've already seen, but it's interesting. Julie Chen is Dead by Lian Zhang, April 29th. It's about a young woman who steps into her deceased twin's influencer's life only to discover dark secrets hidden behind her social media facade. This sounds like Influencer from 2 years ago or from last year, and also the Sarah Michelle Gellar show, The Ringer, that was pretty good, but it got cancelled. Basically the same premise. Polybus by Colin Armstrong, April 29th. Stranger Things meets The Walking Dead in this chilling novel based on the terrifying urban legend about a video game created by the government for psychological warfare. I like anything about media that's like cursed in a way or used for harm. Say Uncle by Ryan C. Bradley, out April 29th. A teenager's summer vacation is ruined after discovering a bizarre occult book hidden in his uncle's belongings. Pitched as Uncle Buck meets Hellraiser. That combination, incredible. The Staircase in the Woods by Chuck Wendig, out April 29th. April's a solid month. A group of friends investigates the mystery of a strange staircase in the woods. It's a classic, like, creepypasta story. Weird staircases in the woods that lead to horrifying places. Below the Grand Hotel by Kat Scully, out May 6th. Described as The Great Gatsby meets Hellraiser. It's set in 1920s. I didn't know I needed all these combos with Hellraiser. The Nightbirds by Christopher Golden, out May 6th. Set in a deteriorated, half-sunken freighter ship off the coast of Galveston, Texas. Okay, I like Christopher Golden's writing. I need to read more of it. Overgrowth, which I actually received an art copy of. I'm very excited to read. It's from Mara Grant. It's out May 6th. It's Annihilation meets Day of the Triffids. Also Invasion of the Body Snatchers. It's basically a body horror alien invasion story. Feeders by Matt Serafini, out May 20th. This darkly satirical supernatural thriller follows the would-be influencer whose dreams of online fame spiral into a nightmare territory when she encounters a mysterious and dangerous social media platform. D7, a novelette from Philip Fracassi. This is about a haunted jukebox at a dive bar that lures patrons and doesn't let them leave. I love that. The Harrowing Game by Antoine Ravoy, May 27th. For fans of Junji Ito comes The Harrowing Game, a deliciously creepy manga-infected horror graphic novel about horror readers. Okay. Oh, okay. Hold My Heart by Koji A. Day, out May 27th, is about a woman suffering from severe depression who seeks out a serial killer who can kill her in the most gruesome way she can describe. But when she backs out of their agreement, she discovers that the murderer is host to a parasitic creature that feeds on the extremes of pleasure and pain. Oh, okay. It's going in a direction I didn't expect, but I love that concept. Never Flinch is the next Holly book from Stephen King. It's out May 27th. I haven't read the Mr. Mercedes books or any of the Holly books, so I don't really want to read this until I read those because it's gonna spoil it. I already read The Outsider, which features her character, so I don't know. I don't know. I feel like I don't know enough to just jump in. I Can Fix Her by Ray Wilde, out June 3rd. Fast-paced queer horror novella in which an obsessive woman stumbles upon a second chance romance with her flighty paramour, but it quickly deteriorates into a dark spiral of destruction, as it always does. Maria the Wanted by V. Castro, out June 3rd. The tale of empowerment, desire, and belonging, perfect for readers of a dowry of blood and certain dark things. Maria is a wanted woman. She's wanted by an Aztec trafficker, a cartel boss, the people she fights for, and now the devil. I mean, that's pretty bad. You've Awoken Her by Ana Davila Cardinal, out June 17th. For fans of You're Not Supposed to Die Tonight till Your Lonely Nights Are Over. It's a YA horror about a string of disappearances and accidental drownings in the Hamptons, the changing relationships between the two best friends, and their desperate attempt to not be the next victims of a Lovecraftian monster terrorizing the coastline. See, I'm telling you, YA horror is on another level. The No End House by Jeremy Bates, out June 24th, in the tradition of Saw and Eli Roth's Hostel, but with the evil supernatural twist of Stephen King. Okay. You're getting too carried away. Two strangers unwittingly volunteer for the ultimate haunted house challenge in Barcelona's Gothic quarter. No End House is a creepypasta that's been told by other people. Jeremy Bates just tells other people's stories, I think. And he's not that good. Like, I've read one book by him, The Catacombs. It's okay. But to compare it to other things that are really good, no, I'm sorry. I don't believe it, but I'll probably read it. The Small Hours by Bob Pastora, June 24th. Convinced the man next door is a serial killer, Jay and his friends break into the alleged murderer's shed for evidence and instead discover a bloodthirsty nightmare. Fright Night meets Suicide Kings. I love these comparisons, but they're getting me excited because if they don't compare, like they're not on that level, then I'm disappointed. Smile for the Cameras by Miranda Smith, out June 24th. An actress desperate to reclaim her fame must survive the real-life plot of a horror movie that made her famous. This psychologically twisted locked room thriller influenced by 90s slasher films. We love the 90s here, okay? My Ex The AntiChrist by Craig DeLuey, out July 1st. It's a horror novel about a tale of twisted love, heartbreak, and the apocalypse. We all have bad exes, but Lily Lullers just happens to be the Antichrist. Sometimes love can be hell. Okay, Craig, I'm in. I didn't like his last book, but I loved his other books. How to Survive a Horror Story by Mallory Arnold, out July 8th. When legendary horror author Mortimer Queen passes, a group of writers find themselves invited to his last will and testament reading, expecting a piece of his massive fortune. Each have their own unique connection to the literary icon, some unknown, some soon to be discovered, and they've been waiting for their chance to step into the author's shoes for some time. Instead, they arrive at his grand manor and are invited to play a game. The rules are simple: solve the riddle and progress to the next room. If they don't, the manor will take one of them for itself. The house is still very, very hungry. Okay. Yes. Okay, let's go. The Bewitching by Sylvia Morena Garcia, July 15th. 3 women in 3 different eras encounter danger and witchcraft. I don't really like reading about witches, but who knows? I might enjoy it. Another by Paul Tremblay. This is out July 22nd, and this is his middle grade debut. It's a bone-chilling tale of an unsettling, unbreakable friendship. I'm gonna give this one a try, okay? And I hope it's good. Angel Down by Daniel Kraus, out July 29th. It's an immersive cinematic novel about 5 World War I soldiers who stumble upon a fallen angel that could hold the key to ending the war. I really liked Daniel Kraus's Whalefall, so I'm interested to see what he does next. The Faceless Thing We Adore by Hester Steele, out August 5th. It's a tale as old as time. Dump your shitty boyfriend, travel to a foreign country to find yourself, end up in a sex-fueled commune worshipping an angry god. When Effie, I don't fucking know, stumbles across the farmstead, she finds everything else she's been missing. A community that loves her, sexual freedom, a greater purpose. She actually could be happy here if it weren't for the teenager they keep locked up in a cabin with no windows, or the glitching shadow monster, or that some of her new friends talk about their leader, Jonah, with more fear than love. I love a good cult story. Ooh, Chuck Tingle's coming out with another one. It is called Lucky Day. It's out August 12th. Described as Poker Face meets Contagion. Chuck, what the fuck? The End of the World as We Know It. New Tales of Stephen King's The Stand. And that is out August 19th, and it's basically a bunch of authors writing new stories featured in the Stand universe. I am currently reading The Stand, and I am 80% of the way through. I am almost finished, motherfucker. And you know what? It's an epic tale for sure. And you know what? I like it, and I think that this is gonna work. This is cool. The whole world ends. There's gotta be more people in it than the ones we get in Stephen King's story, so I'm very excited about this. Possession of Alba Diaz by Isabel Cañas, August 19th. When a demonic presence awakens deep in a Mexican silver mine, the young woman it seizes must turn to the one man she shouldn't trust. It sounds like a gothic romance. The Unseen by Anya Alborn, out August 19th. A terrifying new novel, blah blah blah. The Unseen is a haunting tale that walks the line between the familiar and the unknown, drawing us into a chilling narrative where reality itself feels just out of reach. That told me nothing, but Anya Alborn, I like her, so. 8114 by Joshua Hall, August 26th. This is a terrifying horror novel about a man investigating the mysterious death of a high school friend through an embedded podcast and hallucinatory hauntings at the abandoned house of his childhood. Play Nice by Rachel Harrison, out September 9th. A woman must confront the demons of her past when she attempts to fix up her childhood home in this devilishly clever take on the haunted house novel. I love Rachel Harrison. I think all of her stuff is good. I love her writing style. I love the way she writes women, and her stories are kind of about women at a certain point in their life that I can relate to, so I will read whatever she writes. Some people are on this list also. I'm like, how do you have time to write all these fucking books in 1 year? Ooh, The Autumn Spring Retirement Home Massacre by Philip Fracassi, out September 30th, burgeoning with dark humor, violence, and mystery. This is a blood-soaked slasher, sure to keep readers cringing, laughing, and guessing. Okay, it's a slasher. It's set in a retirement home? Okay, that's all I gotta know, but I wish he told me more. The October film Haunt by Michael Wehunt, out September 30th. Horror movie, I didn't like that one. Meets the scope and emotion of Stephen King in this heart-pounding magnetic tour de force about a woman pulled into a cult horror film. I like things about horror movies, so. The Graveview Patient by Caitlin Starling, out October 14th. Misery meets Invasion of the Body Snatchers in this genre-bending claustrophobic hospital gothic from the best-selling author of The Death of Jane Lawrence. I didn't like Jane Lawrence, but I like the sound of this story. We need more stories set in hospitals, because hospitals are scary as fuck. King Sorrow by Joel Hill, out October 23rd. It's about a group of people who I think have to steal a book, and then they summon a demon. It sounds weird. It sounds like it's got fantasy elements of it. This sounds so weird. Crafting for Sinners by Jenny Kiefer, October. Survival novel about a queer woman trapped in a church-owned craft store who must fight her way free and uncover the organization's dark designs for her using only the crafting supplies available. And there you have it. Those are some horror books that I'm looking forward to this year. There's going to probably be more announced as we get through the year. It's only January, so that list is probably going to grow. If you are also looking forward to the books I mentioned, let me know in the comments below. If there's any books I didn't mention that you're really excited about, let me know in the comments below. This is just a glimpse. Like, there's so many books coming out next year that this is to help me keep track for books that I want to read, and I think you'll want to read too. Thank you so much for watching, guys. I hope you're having an amazing new year so far. Bye.